What's going on, everybody? The Boxing Source checks in, and I got a great guest here with me coming out of San Antonio, Texas, competing in the super flyweight division with a record of 10-0. Has an upcoming fight planned for March 16th over in Texas. They're just great to have him on. Is Guillermo Gutierrez. What's going on, Guillermo?
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, you were coming off of your win that happened last month against Richard Hernandez over there at the Floresville Event Center, and that's like the third time you've fought there as a pro. Kind of like great your performance there from last month, and how it compared to the other times that you fought there at the Event Center.
Yeah, so that was my third time fighting in Floresville, down there outside of San Antonio, and yeah, I feel like I was just another fight just to get ready and to build and develop for the better fights moving forward. So it was a good fight, good fight to stay busy, and I'm just ready for the best fights.
Yeah, and it looks like you're pretty much building towards getting those best fights. As you recently signed
Yes,
with
sir.
Eruption Boxing Management, so what was the experience there? Speaking with the representatives there, Gwen Legg, and the other people there at Eruption Boxing.
Oh man, Gwen's been great. She's really been getting into work and moving me. My first fight, March 16, is under her management, and I'm looking forward for what she has planned for me.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I said, it's March 16th. Should be against, I think it's Ephraim Bui there,
Yes.
and maybe for the NABF title there. So you're going to be right in the mix, against an undefeated opponent in Bui there for the NABF title, man. I know you're excited about that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what we're looking for, to fighting the best, and then the next step up, hopefully get to that world champion. But right now we got Ephraim Bui March 16, and we're looking forward to it. I actually fought him in the amateurs a couple times, so this will be a real interesting fight March 16.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I know you had a very extensive amateur career. I think it's like over 120 amateur fights. So you pretty much like fought, just about anybody and had like those experiences there as an amateur, man. Like how has that prepared you for like how you started your professional career?
Oh, it helped me a lot. I got to see different styles across the country. I fought international one time. That was a great experience for me. Being at the Olympic Training Center, learning from all the great coaches and fighters across the country, and yeah, my amateur career definitely it helped me get to where I'm at right now.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like during that amateur career, what would you say was like your favorite place to fight at?
My favorite place to fight, it was all over across the country, but I think my favorite place to go to, like I guess I'll say the Olympic Training Center. When I made the Team USA in 2017, I I got invited 3 times to go to camp up there, and that was a great experience being at the training center, seeing the great fighters, being around the great facilities they have there, and it just helped me become who I am today.
I got you. You're able to, develop yourself there as a fighter there through the amateurs. And, like I said, being able to go through at least right now 10 professional fights and, winning all of those professional fights, starting off with your debut in 2021 against Frank Boston there. That was, right there in San Antonio. So how to, kind of like get that first fight out of the way.
It was a bunch of nerves and excitement. Yeah, your pro debut, like every fighter, like when they have a pro debut, like it's just something different about that, your pro debut, and like from the whole day, like all my family and friends were coming out. I think I was the loudest fight that night. It felt like a main event for me because I had everybody there, so it was great. Yeah, I wish I could relive it.
Yeah, I mean, you have like a lot of support there out in San Antonio, and you had it there also at the Floresville Event Center. Like I said, you had 3 fights, and then your latest fight. I know that there was like a lot of fans out there supporting you and screaming for you, during that particular fight. I had happened to be able to catch that particular fight. I see that you had like commentator there Joe Heron, who I work with sometimes at Warwick Radio. So he's kind of like told me a little bit about you as far as like your skills and everything like that. You're very solid jab, being able to work on the inside and the outside. So it's like you're able to combine all of those elements there to come close to being a complete fighter.
Yes, sir. Yeah, just in the gym, I'm always working on different things. Me and my coaches are always adding what we can do and how we can build our strengths and add to our weaknesses. So it's just a whole bunch of styles and that I have, and like I could turn softball, I could fight inside, I could box outside. It just depends, and we're always working to get better.
Yeah, gotcha. And I know that you're, pretty much getting prepared for this upcoming fight. That will be in Texas there. And see that you're going to be working with Robert Garcia, of course, a well-known Hall of Fame trainer. You should be going over to Oxnard, California there to work with him.
Yeah, so next week we're flying out for a couple days out there. We'll be sparring at his gym down there. Hopefully get to pick up a few tips from him and just get some great work out there in California.
Yeah, I know that there's like a lot of legendary fighters, of course, that have been through his gyms. Whether it's one that he recently opened or the other ones that he's had over there in the California area. But like I said, you're there from San Antonio. They have like an extensive history there in boxing in San Antonio. I know that there's a couple of notable fighters currently there. Unified champion Bam Rodriguez, pretty much like you has one of the top pound for pound fighters out there right now. And of course, you got Mario Barrios, who held the world title at 140 pounds and is interim WBC champion at 147. So, how is it to like kind of be there alongside those guys as far as like competing as a pro from San Antonio?
It's just great. I'm just ready to like make a name for myself in San Antonio because San Antonio has a lot of like great fighters, like you said. They have Bam, they got Mario Barrios, Bam's brother Joshua Franco. Just San Antonio has a lot of talent, and like it's a great boxing town. So every boxing fight that's there, everybody shows out. So it's great, and hopefully to I'll be the next one to make my name for myself out there.
Now, would you want to like eventually like have a main event in San Antonio as far as like the large arenas out there? Because with it being like a big boxing city, like I know that you they could have like all of those guys that we mentioned there from San Antonio, but there hasn't like been like a huge event their boxing event there in San Antonio, so to speak, to kind of like say, all right, we're headlining this guy to be the main event in San Antonio. Like, would you like want to aspire to be that guy to be the headliner in San Antonio and kind of like build a legacy there within that city?
Yeah, that'll be that'd be great. That'd be a dream. Like right now, I think Bam has that keys right now because he has two main events down there in San Antonio, and like Bam's a guy right now. But eventually, one day, I can have my own main event out there.
Yeah, for sure. But like I said, it all starts with what's coming up on March 16th. You said you've had a couple of fights there in the amateurs against Ephraim Bui there. You're undefeated as a pro. He's undefeated as a pro. Was there like some things that you kind of like remember from facing them those times as an amateur?
It was like I guess back then in amateurs the fight was a fast pace, so couldn't really get anything from it because it was a couple years, like way longer than a couple years ago. But right now I think we're both hungry, we're both undefeated, and we ain't willing we're willing to get the W whatever it takes. And I know we're both training hard, and it's gonna be a excellent fight.
Yep, and this will be part of the fight card by LT Great Promotions, March 16th over in Cleveland, Texas. There's Cleveland for those that are familiar. Yeah, there's Cleveland in Texas. So y'all be able to
Yeah, I
check
thought it was,
that out. Oh, what was that?
I thought it was when I heard Cleveland, Texas, I thought it was Cleveland, Ohio at first until I looked at the map and like, damn, there's Cleveland in Texas.
Yeah. I mean, there's as large as the state is. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I'm not surprised that they would have a city named Cleveland in Texas there for. But those are in the area. there you'll be able to get tickets there now, be able to see Guillermo Gutierrez fight here live there. Like I said, against Ephraim Bui there. That's supposed to be for the NABF title. Now, I did like mention, Bam Rodriguez and Mario Barrios there in the San Antonio area. Are there other fighters that kind of like watch that are maybe from Texas, like Houston area or something like that, or Dallas, or are there like other fighters like outside of Texas that kind of follow currently?
Well, so during my amateur career, I was sparring with Adam Lopez. He's from San Antonio. He was a former professional boxer, and I was sparring with him. I was sparring with him a lot, and like I picked up a lot of tricks and tips from him. He was like my favorite fighter at the time, so I learned a lot from him. Then and now, like recently, I just follow a lot like everybody from San Antonio, from Texas. My last sparring session was against Michael Angeletti down in Houston, and it's
Mm,
always great work sparring with him, and I like the way he fights. So it's yeah, he's a good fighter. But
yeah,
yeah, I
pretty
mean,
good action fighter there in this lady. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, Texas is a lot of Texas real talented.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Now, what about like fighters from the past that you may have like watched along the way before you got into being a professional fighter, maybe, or right now?
Right now, I say Chocolatito because he's around my weight, and I just like the way he fights. He's so technical and yeah, he throws a lot of punches and like he's real. Like I said, he's technical and like you got to really watch him to get what he's doing. And yeah, he's a goat.
Yeah, Chocolatito, man, is definitely well on his way to being a Hall of Famer. There, maybe we'll see what is next there for Chocolatito Roman Gonzalez. In the near future, man. I know, like you said, you mentioned Ben Rodriguez. I think he might be going after Juan Francisco Estrada, who's another great fighter around that particular division. So, you do have a lot of those action fighters out there. Now, like, how about like other guys there, like that could be, I don't know, potential opponents, maybe like I wouldn't necessarily say like Nayo in a way, but we seen his brother just recently. He recently had a fight, defending the title there.
Yeah.
So, what about those guys there that you could potentially face in that particular division?
Yeah, I mean, I know he fought this morning in Japan, but hey, man, whenever I get there, whoever's there, I'm willing to fight whoever.
Gotcha there, for sure, for sure. And like you said, you're gonna be out there in Cleveland, Texas. It should be a little bit of ways there from San Antonio. So you hopefully have that same support that been having over in San Antonio in the nearby areas for your previous fights. I'll be able to come through for Cleveland, Texas, in order to catch that right there against Bowie. So we're definitely looking forward to that right there. What would you kind of like say has like your biggest inspiration so far as a professional fighter?
I say just I look at boxing just like as life, it's like you can have ups and downs and like life's a fight. So I just use boxing just like life, just to get through it, to get through the next day, to get through the next journey, the next difficulty, and just going straight and fighting through everything.
Yeah, given that you've been fighting or pretty much boxing since a very young age, man. Like you said, you're pretty much like three years as a pro, but you've had that extensive amateur career. So boxing has definitely been part of your life there, and,
Further.
and being part of your development there. But like how did you get started before you became an amateur? Like what was it that kind of like said, what, I'm ready to pick up these gloves and ready to fight?
Funny. So when I was 8 years old, my dad was driving around the city, and he just signed me up one day. We saw a local boxing gym, and then that's where it started. And from then on, it just stuck with me naturally. It wasn't like I don't have this big or just a lot of boxers they have this story or how they joined boxing. Like mine was just a simple story. My dad was driving around the city and signed me up one day. and like the rest is just stuck with me.
Oh, so you pretty much got acclimated to that, pretty quickly there as a young kid, huh?
Yeah, because as a kid, you just going with whatever your family tells you to do. You really have a choice.
He's like, "Hey, all right, you're gonna do this right here." And he's like, "Well, okay." and
Yeah,
that was it. That's it, like the choice basically there. So that's kind of like
yeah,
how it
literally.
was. So, like I said, you got this thing coming up, March 16th. We're definitely looking forward to that. There, just seeing here is like there one thing that you might want to drop to boxing fans that they might not know about you as far as like you coming up here in your pro career.
Hmm, that's a good question. So, I mean, hey man, I just box and do what I can do every day and just stay forward and just be real level headed and then yeah, that's it. I don't try to do nothing crazy. I just stay forward and do what I got to do.
Yeah, just stay focused. Taking care of the business at hand and just getting ready, for your next bout. And yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that. There, like I said, you have that bout against Ephraim Bui coming up for that NABF title on March 16th. So we're definitely looking forward to that. And is there like any social media platforms that you're on that you want boxing fans to follow you here before your upcoming fight that's coming up in a few weeks?
Yeah, so you can follow my Instagram, GMOOZZ, and you can add me on Facebook, Guillermo Gutierrez. That's where I'll be posting the updates and my journey of boxing.
Gotcha. So y'all be able to follow him on Instagram and on Facebook there. So y'all be ready and prepared for his upcoming fight that's coming up on March 16th, and then follow him on there for the rest of his professional career. So big up for you for joining us here at the Boxing Source, and like I said, we're going to be looking forward to see you there on March 16th, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I see you there.
All right, gotcha, my man. Thanks.
All right.
So that was Guillermo Gutierrez there that's able to join us for the Boxing Source. Like I said, you got March 16th. He's going up against Ephraim Bui there. That's going to be in Cleveland, Texas. That's an El Tigre Promotions event there. So you'll be able to catch him over at Cleveland, Texas, if you're in that Texas area. And hopefully we get like more information in the next couple of weeks to see if there's like something where maybe we could watch it on some type of TV or outlet or anything like that. But very thankful for him to join us here, and we're gonna see if we got more content for you here for the Boxing Source. Had a pretty much a busy day here with a couple of interviews here that we were able to take care of. So we're definitely thankful for that. And we'll be back at it here on this YouTube channel on tomorrow as we have the Boxing Source podcast, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time for y'all to go ahead and check out. So we'll be looking forward to seeing y'all here at 7:30 time tomorrow as we're going to be talking boxing like we always do. But until then, I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.